Hello YouTube, my name is Austyn and today we are going to go on a rant on this fine Wednesday morning. This isn't going to be a typical rant, actually it kind of is going to be a typical rant. We're going to be talking mostly about business. Some subjects I'm going to go over today is how to motivate employees, loyalty, and taxes. So let's get right into it. Multiple times over the course of my life, I have tried to start some sort of like business side hustle, and I've always tried to delegate employees, my friends pretty much. Every single instance that I've tried this, it hasn't worked out, mostly because they just weren't motivated. So I've always wondered, how do I motivate my employees? The answer is actually quite simple. You can't really motivate your employees that much. They're not going to care as much as you do about your business. The only way that one of my friends will care, maybe care as much as I do about one of my side hustles or business ventures, is if they have the same percentage cut. But obviously, you know me, I'm never going to give up a portion of my business, at least not now. Straight up, you can't really motivate your employees to think the same way that you think. I'm pretty sure that 95% of the people that will come on board for Mackay won't really care about getting a gym in every single state as much as I will. Everyone has their own aspirations and everyone has their own ambitions. So what I'm going to try to work on is I'm going to try to figure out a way to where we can both win, to where they'll put in work for me and then I'll do whatever I can, whatever I'm capable of doing in order for them to get what they want. Whether that is, they want money or they want to get a job at some place they've always dreamed of getting. I want to do my best job as the boss to pretty much make sure that they can get there. Even if that means losing employees, because at the end of the day, I care more about relationships and loyalty in the business than, some quick ROI on an employee and getting the most out of employee from like a business monetary standpoint. Like, for example, I also want to own a Call of Duty team. If I have an employee that is super into Call of Duty, then maybe I fly them out to a tournament one time. And since I want to have a gym in every single state, maybe if I have one employee that's moving because their significant other got a new job somewhere, I get them a new house in that state close to where the new gym is in that state. I don't know. I just want to provide as much as I can possible to my employees. Because also at the end of the day, it's a write-off. I'm spending money on my business. I'm helping people out. It's a win-win for everyone. They're helping me grow my business. They're the backbone of the business. And I get to help them in their lives. And I'm burping, but that's just some shit that really pumps me up. That I'll have the ability to seriously change someone's life if I get to the point where I want to get at. I can't talk, but you know what I mean. It's really just some simple Gary Vee shit. I seriously respect that man. I love how he runs businesses, and I try to model most of the stuff I do after him. If I'm the type of boss that's always harping on my employees for getting stuff wrong or messing up, they're never going to go the extra step to try and help me out when I need it. If I'm always super critical on the stuff that they do, then they're never going to be critical back to me, and they're never going to give me their opinion on things because they'll be scared to get fired and they're just kind of there for the paycheck. That's the last thing I want. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with being there just for the paycheck, but if I'm at a point where people are scared to even talk and contribute to the business, that's going so downhill. And also another thing is I'm not going to be hiring people based on their skills necessarily. Obviously it'd be cool for them to be skilled in something, but I care more about loyalty than skill, because you can always build skill. It's kind of hard to become more loyal. When I'm at the point where I'm going to start needing employees, first I'm asking everyone I know, because they're probably the most loyal people I have. Obviously, if things don't work out and their loyalty isn't in line, I'll fire quickly, but I'm not going to go super hard into resumes and stuff. I know Gary Vee doesn't do this. I don't even know if he has a resume, but I'm not going to have a hard hiring process, because you can always build up on skills. You can always build up. You can build. I have a very optimistic view on people, and I don't think people are limited in the way they're born. I feel like they can always get better, and that's why I can hire someone off the streets and they can grow as a person, they can grow as an employee, and I'm not too worried about that, honestly. As long as you're not a complete dick and you're willing to learn and grow, you're hired. Even if you fuck up a few times, I'm not going to fire you. Like I said, you can always build up skill sets, but it's pretty hard to become more loyal if you aren't already. But I've been learning a lot recently that people have really different motivations, and I wasn't aware of this before. some people are motivated by money, some people are motivated by love, some people are motivated by, I don't know what people are motivated by. All I know is what I'm motivated by. Like, to me, my everyday motivation is becoming the best version of myself possible and being able to do great things in this world, like provide in the long run. Like, for me, my motivation is becoming my best self possible and, bettering society, making the world a better place. And a lot of people, not that it's a bad thing, a lot of people have different motivations. I'm Google searching it right now just because all I can think of is like money. Like, people can be motivated by competition, control, power, fame, proving people wrong, avoiding embarrassment, becoming master. That's kind of what I'm kind of motivated by mastery, like becoming the best version of myself, mastering my body, my mind, be the best. That's also, so yeah, there's a lot of things that motivate people. And I feel like as a boss, if you can figure out what motivates your employees, and if you can provide or kind of nurture that motivation, then you're going to get the most out of them, and they're going to be even happier. And this video is like kind of weirdly structured. I know I'm like just on a rant a little bit, but if I can get a good sense or the ability to like sense what motivates people, I think I'm going to be unstoppable, because I don't care about, like I said multiple times, I don't care about not being profitable in the gym business, because I just want to be able to do amazing things and provide to the people. Obviously, I'm not sharing all my ideas because I think they're dope as hell, and you guys will see it when the time comes. And also, just like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, fucking at the bottom you got physiological needs, like you need the basic stuff like air, water, food, stuff like that. Under that we have safety needs, like you gotta, in my business, first of all, make sure we have like fucking clean air, clean water, clean food, like that's kind of basic. But then after that, like the next step on the pyramid, let me actually put this image on here for people that aren't familiar. Basically, Maslow's hierarchy of needs is like this pyramid that I think his name Maslow, like Professor Maslow, I don't know. But basically, if you want to be the best version of yourself possible, reach self-actualization, you have to have all the things on the bottom of this pyramid first. So in a workspace, I want to have all these physiological needs, make sure people are getting good sleep, good clothing, good all this stuff. Then I want to make sure they feel safe, they don't feel threatened when they come into work. And they have this sense of safety and security in their lives. After that, I want to make sure they feel belonged, or they feel welcomed, love and belonging. People are friendly in the workspace. I want to make sure I have that, and like a sense of connection, obviously. After that, I want to have esteem, which is the next step on the pyramid. People are respected. People have status. There's going to be competition. People are just going to be able to feel good about themselves, and I'm going to provide those opportunities. And then after that, if they have all those things at the bottom of the pyramid, then they will be self-actualized, and they'll feel that they're the best version of themselves possible. Maybe they can go higher, but if they want to go higher, if they want to quit my job and move on to other things, I will be happy for them to do that. I'm not going to try to hold them down to work for me, because I want them to become the best version of themselves possible. I want people in this planet to become the best version of themselves possible. And if we can have a win-win relationship with me and my employees, to where they can become better versions of themselves, while also helping me become the best version of myself through my businesses, that's all I want in life. Finally, I'm just gonna talk about like taxes and business. These are just my thoughts. You don't have to agree with me. I'm not trying to make this like a super political thing, but I am just thinking about like taxes and business, and what's fair, what's not fair. And let me just spill what I've been thinking. Obviously, I want to pay as little amount of taxes as possible, just because, I run a business. I do this through LLCs, S corporations, write-offs, stuff like that. It doesn't mean I'm not going to pay taxes. I'm still paying taxes. But I just feel like my money can be used to better the world. I feel like it could be spent better than how our taxes are spent. And that's why the government allows things like charity write-offs. Like if you want to donate your money to a charity, then you don't have to pay any taxes. And I think stuff like that is great, because then you know exactly where your money is going. You know what your money is helping. And it's basically just, It's like if you don't know what you want to help out, or you don't know what you're passionate about, and you're passionate about like helping or saving in the world, then you just hand over the money to the government and they make that decision for you. So when people get mad about, rich people not paying taxes, it's like if some of the write-offs are kind of whack, if I'm being completely honest, but like some of the write-offs like donating to charity, like that's completely justifiable. They want to know where the money's going, and same with me. Like if I'm writing off for donating to a charity, I'm glad that I know where the money's going. I'm glad I know what it's being used for. I'm glad that I'm not getting $3 million of tax money getting spent on, getting monkeys drunk. I also feel like if I had to pay more taxes, the bigger my business has got, or like if I'm trying to scale my business and they say, look, you got to pay more taxes, it kind of wouldn't really incentivize me to grow and scale my business. And that can be bad in a way for some of these other businesses that are like really, really innovating for the world, because then they won't feel the same incentivization to do things. Why would SpaceX try to set up life on Mars if they had to basically pay everything that they got in taxes? It's kind of counterproductive the way that works. That's why they are able to write off a lot of the things they do. That's why businesses are able to write off a lot of things that they do, because they are stimulating the economy. Like, if I hire employees, I should be able to write off the cost for those employees. I should be able to write off payroll and stuff like that, because I'm giving people jobs. When I own rental properties, I should be able to write off, the expenses on those rental properties, because I'm giving people homes. And also this more relevant to my life, me wanting to, own a bunch of gyms across America. Majority of those gyms are probably going to operate at a loss, if I'm being honest. I should be able to write off that stuff. Why would I pay taxes on a business that's not even doing that well for me, when in reality all I'm trying to do is help people become better versions of themselves? I feel like if I make the majority of the population happier and healthier, shouldn't I have to pay less in taxes? Like, shouldn't I be given the ability to pay less in taxes? Like, obviously legally I can through corporations, as corporations, limited liability companies, stuff like that, tax loopholes. I'm able to legally do that, but there's such a bad stigma around it, because there are some people that abuse it. But I don't know. It's just like a fine line. I don't want to dig too deep into, but I kind of just want to like scratch the surface of, and just give my thoughts and opinions on it. So maybe I can look back at this in 20 years and see how I stood on the issue. But I feel like if I'm contributing to society and I'm making this world a better place, in my eyes, then I shouldn't feel that bad about, doing stuff like limited liability companies and paying myself through an S corporation. Because why would I want to get taxed on the $150,000 I made this year through my Amazon and eBay business? Because in reality, not all of that was profit, right? I should be able to write off the expenses. I should be able to write off the stuff that allowed me to grow my business. Because if I didn't, then what's the point of even growing my business when I could just be making, a livable amount and not be taxed a lot of money? I love America because it's free and we have the ability to do amazing things. A lot of people take that for granted. There's a lot of, bad stuff in this world, but I feel like we don't focus on a lot of the good things. So my pledge to you guys is I'm going to try to make this world a better place. I want to try to make everyone happier, everyone healthier, everyone become the best version of themselves possible. So thank you for sticking to the end. This video is probably really boring for a lot of you, but if you do enjoy my content and you like what I'm doing here on this channel and just with my life and businesses in general, it would mean the world to me if you could subscribe. Right down here at the left, I have some of my older videos. Not sure which ones I will put up on there, but remember guys, feel free to DM me anytime on Instagram. I have the link in the description of every video. Thank you guys for sticking to the end. You're amazing. I'm out. Later.